Hi guys, this is Taylor. I'm the absolute worst, and I'm here with a haul so big that I had to split it into two parts. The first of which, today's video, will be all the books I acquired around my birthday, which was in March, by the way, oops. I'm just gonna get right into it. The first book I have to haul is the one that I'm currently reading, which is The Art and Craft of Tea by Joseph Wesley Ull. I'm going to be talking about this more in my wrap-up, so really quick, this is a big old nonfiction book about tea. It's beautifully designed and published. It's got some gorgeous photographs and a lot of good info on tea, and I'm really enjoying it so far. The next 5 books are everybody's favorite category, library discards. The first of which is definitely the most intimidating, and it is The Luminaries by Eleanor Catton. First things first, I am a hardcover girl. The bigger the book, the more I want to read it in hardcover. That's just the way I am. However, I love this cobalt blue of the paperback. It's far superior to the kind of like eggshell color on the hardcover. And like the great booktuber I am, I have really no idea what this is about, other than it's historical fiction set in New Zealand and it features a huge Dickensian cast of characters. It also, of course, won the Man Booker in 2013, so that's enough of a sell for me. Next up is Every Day by David Levithan, which blew up in the YA world a while ago. Again, oops. This is about someone who every day wakes up in a different body with a different life, but still retains some sense of self, at least to the point where they're aware that this is happening to them. This is one of the ones that seems to really unite both YA readers and people who don't generally read YA. I also really like David Levithan as a person, so I'm going into this relatively confident. Then I have O Pioneers by Willa Cather. This is a 1913 classic about a Swedish-American family living in the prairie, and the back says that it's a gripping saga of love, murder, greed, failure, and triumph, which is a lot for 150 pages. You know, the thing about these Barnes & Noble Classics editions is that I would never, like, seek them out as a preferred edition, but when I do see one with a nice color scheme like this, something in my brain just goes. Next up, I have The Hobbit, and I'm not gonna give this any further introduction other than the fact that it matches the rest of my Lord of the Rings set, so that makes me happy. Still haven't read or been exposed to any Tolkien, by the way, so there's that. And lastly, for the library discards, I have Harry, A History by Melissa Anelli. This is probably definitely the most popular piece of nonfiction chronicling the rise of the Harry Potter franchise, and I've been really into the idea of reading something like this lately. Next up is actually a Goodreads giveaway win, and something that I'm a little bit unsure about, but that's what giveaways are for. This is actually Born for This by Chris Guillebeau, with the subtitle being How to Find the Work You Were Meant to Do. This is supposed to help you figure out what your calling is and how to make a career out of it. I've never read anything even remotely in this vein before, but I figured I'd give it a shot. It certainly can't hurt. The rest of the books were acquired as a direct result of my birthday, with the first 2 being 2 that I bought for myself. First up, we have Congratulations, by the way, Some Thoughts on Kindness by George Saunders. This was his convocation address at Syracuse University, where he's a professor. I love and above all trust George Saunders, maybe the most of any living writer. So this is really, really tiny and should be pretty nice. I also picked up Number 9 Dream by David Mitchell. Now, I have always been vastly intimidated by David Mitchell, and this is the first one of his that I even considered picking up, really. And I did so as a direct consequence of Sabrina from Unmanaged Mischief, who said that it was as close to Haruki Murakami without actually being written by Haruki Murakami as you could possibly get. So, as you can imagine, I was checked out of Amazon before the video even ended. I really trust Sabrina, so I'm thinking I'll have a good time with this. As a present from my wonderful cousin, I also received Carrie Brownstein's memoir, Hunger Makes Me a Modern Girl, which is probably my favorite memoir title of all time. Carrie Brownstein is the lead guitarist of the Riot Grrrl band Sleater-Kinney, and this is her memoir about both making music and being a fan of it, and a whole mess of people have really liked it. She also gave me this adorable Sailor Moon magnetic bookmark, which I will put to good use immediately after filming this video. And the last two of this haul were acquired over my birthday weekend. I went up with a couple of my friends to the town where I went to school, and of course we stopped into like 3 different bookshops because that's how it goes. I first picked up Mambo in Chinatown by Jean Kwok. This is about a second-generation Chinese immigrant who discovers the world of ballroom dance and is then caught between her family's traditional values and her own. And lastly for this haul, I also picked up The Head of the Saint by Socorro Ascioli, which I had no idea was ever published in the US. I first came across this in one of Books and Quill's older hauls. I think it was one of the first booktube videos I ever watched, and I think for a long time it was only published in the UK, but here it is. This has maybe the most intriguing premise of this haul. This is about an orphaned boy who begins living in the ruins of a giant statue, basically, and at certain times of the day when he's occupying this statue's head, he can start to hear the thoughts of the villagers in the nearby town. So there's that. Please stay tuned for part 2, which will include books from another library's book sale. Scandalous. But until then, I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye!